But the scares continue. But the fear proceeds to rise. This is the Venom month of horrors 2. Trapped in time.
So Rob, you got the body, I got the brains, but do you have the balls? Kill me! Well, you know what they say, I guess the only best way to cure suicide attempt is reviewing bad sequels.
Please kill me. Yeah, well, I covered the original last year, so I guess I had to cover this monstrosity at some point. Not much to say. Wes Craven didn't want to do a sequel. Studio made him, so he dropped out of this one, absolutely loathing the idea that they were going with for it.
This movie completely ignores part 1 in almost every single way, to the point Heather Langenkamp, who played Nancy, wasn't even asked to reprise her role. The studio intentionally discarded the classic original as much as possible.
It got mixed reviews at first, but did gross $30 million on a budget of $3 million, which is weird because the film was so bad its own series completely retconned it for decades and refused to even mention it again until Freddy vs. Jason.
And even then, this was only because they needed a reason to get Freddy to possess someone.
It will always make no sense. In fact, lead actor Mark Patton actually blames this movie and its writer David Chaskin, more like David Foreskin, for ruining his career and even his own personal life that we'll go over later.
Robert Englund also refused to do it unless he was given more money. He was originally recast, but the replacement sucked, so they eventually met his demands. So, should we get into why this movie sucks?
Nope.
Okay.
The movie starts with a school bus driver who's clearly Robert Englund, so goodbye suspense.
We then meet our hero Jesse, played by Mark Patton, who was voted as 1985's most likely to become a Tim Burton reject. Seriously, he looks like a stoned Edward Scissorhands.
Thanks.
So some girls start laughing at Jesse, the bus starts to speed up, people start freaking out because nothing screams terror quite like Freddy Krueger driving a school bus. Should have left me to die.
Oh well.
What's that?
So Freddy drives them into some weird trippy wasteland to inspire the plot of Jeepers Creepers 2 later, before the earth starts to give way underneath them.
To be fair, the imagery is terrific. It creates a really thrilling, intense atmosphere, and it really does look like hell when this movie was written.
And Christopher Young, who does the Hellraiser scores, actually does a really good job building the tension. To be honest, I think this scene's pretty awesome.
Don't get used to this.
Yeah, I know.
This movie sucks.
No talking.
But oh no, Freddy is starting to close in on them. So, Freddy? What was with that ending of part 1? Care to explain it all? I mean, did you die? You like kidnapped Nancy and Johnny Depp and drove away? Did you die? Did they die? You want to just explain? No? Okay.
Ah! Nothing's more scary than cutting tomatoes!
Mommy, why can't Jesse wake up like everybody else?
Oh, honey, he's all right. He's just having a bad dream.
He just got told he's in this movie.
Oh my god!
So, why doesn't Freddy kill Jesse or these girls? I mean, that is his thing, right?
Why are his parents perfectly okay with this? I mean, he's waking up screaming hysterically like he's being killed numerous nights in a row, and they're like, that's fine, just Jesse up there, you know, one of his little dreams about the donkey again, nothing to see here.
Hi.
So, did Lisa buzz his door and then turn around and choose to ignore anyone who answered it?
Look, I really think this is all in your mind.
To be honest with you, I think she just looks like a younger version of Meryl Streep. And you know what? That's the whole reason she was cast to begin with.
A shame her acting doesn't match it.
So Jesse is a nerd who sucks at baseball, gets bullied by a guy called Grady, Lisa denies having a crush on Jesse.
And oh look, we see his bare ass, exactly what I wanted to see in a Freddy Krueger slasher horror movie.
They get into a scrap before being forced to do push-ups by the douchebag coach, and now he and Grady are friends.
No, we mean it. This is literally the entire transition.
Look, Grady, you got some problem with me? No, bro.
That's it.
Literally, do you hate me? Nah, cool, we're best friends now. Cool, let's go watch 50 Shades together. And I swear, they are not just friends, they spend the rest of the movie as best friends, bosom buddies, best pals. Out of nowhere, there's no character development, no transition, they become best mates in a nanosecond.
21 Jump Street had more character development, and that was an intentional comedy.
Hey, you wanna be friends?
So Grady informs Jesse about the first events of the first film, but the story that's given is that Nancy saw a fellow get killed, went insane, and got locked in a room by her mum, who ended up killing herself in the living room.
So, what happened to Nancy's dad?
He was alive, right?
He was a cop in part 1.
Yes.
Did he die?
I don't know.
Wouldn't Jesse's parents know about these events when buying the house?
I don't know.
Doesn't Freddy only kill kids whose parents killed him?
I don't know.
Why is it called Freddy's Revenge when none of the returning actors are here, so he's not getting revenge on anyone?
I don't know.
What happened to Nancy? They don't say that she died.
I don't know.
I mean, I know she's in part 3, but they don't acknowledge it either.
Fuck if I know.
What happened in part 1?
Oh well, Jesse dozes off before heading into a boiler room. Yeah, he's terrified, sees a boiler room and heads down there before Freddy shows up and decides to tease him for some reason.
Why is Freddy such a pussy in this? He says he needs Jesse's help, but why?
You've got the body. I've got the brain.
Freddy Krueger just said that.
I think it's time to address this.
Alright, let's go. So, there's a lot of gay overtones in this film, and this is where it all starts. Now, Mark Patton, to this day, has so much animosity towards the movie because at the time of filming, not only was he actually homosexual, but he was in the closet, and the cast and crew all knew this, and he felt like they were mocking and exposing his sexuality.
The writer David Chaskin
Foreskin
denied the homosexual subtext for 2 decades until eventually admitting it was intentional, but the director was unaware.
So basically, it wasn't intentional and he was just full of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
That boy's in trouble.
That being said, this scene's just fucking weird. They're making a romantic gay relationship with a corpse.
And why doesn't he just kill Jesse? Why all of this teasing crap? The first film established that Freddy killed and allowed the fear to spread through word of mouth, but here he is not killing anyone. This movie's more like dick in mouth.
Those nutrients not absorbed in the lining of the stomach, the large intestine, the small intestine, and the alimentary canal are passed out through the colon.
Are they in high school or are they 6-year-olds?
They fucking farted, didn't they? Immature humour.
Oh, and they do it twice because it's just so funny!
He farted.
Stop it, you're being ridiculous.
So Jesse falls asleep in class and his new mate Grady somehow manages to sneak over to the tank, put a massive ass snake, insert homosexual innuendo here, around his neck and return to his seat, all without waking him or the teacher noticing.
Who cares? Jesse isn't allowed to go and see Lisa and is restricted tidying his bedroom.
Wait, how old is he?
Oh my god, this scene is amazing!
So Danny, is this a true and accurate depiction of homosexuals tidying their bedrooms?
Well, of course! you? Oh, you, boy!
Oh, and then Lisa instantly goes to his house and is allowed in to see him, even though they said, no, you're not allowed to go see Lisa because you have to tidy your room. But then Lisa comes over and apparently she's now allowed to go in and see him, so that whole thing was entirely pointless.
And they panic about him liking a girl, but trust him to have one alone in his room.
What kind of parents are these?
I don't know.
And how did she even get there? We see him about to head to see her, he's not allowed, and 20 seconds later she's there. What the hell?
Anyway, they soon discovered Nancy's diary that she never wrote in the first film. Wasn't it Tina? I'm sure Tina wrote a diary, didn't she?
Yeah, but they read Nancy's, so either way it makes no sense.
What the hell will that do?
And discover he's enjoying the same nightmares as her, while the movie enjoys the exact same shots as Halloween. This movie sucks Carpenter's dick more than Jesse sucks Freddy's.
So Jesse has another dream where Freddy leaves all these latex boogers around and melts his Boy George records because... scary!
This is when Freddy returns and begs him to try on the glove to kill for him. Why? We are 26 minutes into this 19-minute movie and Freddy's killed nobody.
I don't understand! Why does Freddy need him?
Does he just want to fuck him? Come on, if you just want to fuck him, just fuck him.
Kill for me.
So, was Jesse sleepwalking?
I don't know.
I mean, we never see him sleepwalk before or after this.
I don't know, honestly.
Or is Freddy appearing while he's awake?
I don't know.
Did he take a nap down in the basement?
Why?
We're only on the second movie and they're already changing all of the rules. How did they do that?
I don't know.
Well, let's see if the development with Jesse and Grady is any good.
Hey, Grady, you remember your dreams? Only the wet ones.
Okay, that was funny.
Good one. So they bond more, I guess. Get forced to do more push-ups, blah. Who fucking cares?
Before we return home, and so far they keep mentioning how hot it is whenever Freddy is about to appear. So, Freddy Krueger now controls the temperature.
Is it next gonna be the fucking rain?
But weirdly, this leads to the only really interesting scene. Their pet bird gets absolutely slaughtered in its dreams. I mean, this is the only time animals are ever affected by Freddy Krueger. It's a really cool idea that I'm sure they're going to ruin any moment now.
Good call, because the dad is obviously skeptic, trying to find an explanation. Well, I guess that makes sense.
You set this whole thing up, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
You know damn well what I'm talking about. What'd you use? Firecrackers? You know what he did? He used a goddamn cherry bomb.
Oh.
Whoa. How could he have done it? He was in the same room as you, standing right in front of you. How could he have done it? And why would he kill the birds in the first place?
You okay?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, stop.
That's what he did.
Look, you can't talk to me like that.
You can't tell me to act like that.
Oh, and it's another shot of them ripping Halloween. For a film trying to make its own identity, they're sure as hell trying to steal from John Carpenter. So Jesse has another nightmare, wanders into a gay club, he knows he's in danger, and he still goes in and orders a drink anyway.
Then the coach shows up, makes him do laps, Jesse hits the showers, and then the coach is tied up and his bat ass is whipped to death by Freddy Krueger with a towel.
This is a Freddy Krueger movie, right?
Uh-huh.
Is this some experimental porno? What do we even say to this? I mean, at what point does this sound like a good idea? Freddy Krueger, one of the scariest horror movie villains of all time, is whipping a butt to death. What the fuck? What were you thinking? What's next? Is Leatherface gonna have a shag at a gay basher contest?
Michael Myers is gonna twist someone's nipples?
Pinhead's becoming a transvestite? What's next?
And then Jesse wakes up, is found outside, naked, in the rain, and brought home by the police. Not the band, because that might actually save the film. So, was Jesse dreaming?
I don't know.
Was the coach dreaming?
I don't know.
Were they sharing the same dream?
I definitely don't know.
How is Freddy doing any of this?
I don't know.
In fact, wouldn't he be covered in blood and they didn't question it?
I don't know.
Why does anyone like this film?
Why is it even considered a cult classic in the LGBT community?
I don't know.
So they... You know, what is it with these teenage kids getting their own cars? Spoiled shits. I'd be lucky to get a book.
So Jesse finds Freddy's glove in his drawer, and it's now alive on its own.
How?
I don't know.
How is Freddy making inanimate objects become alive?
I don't know.
Is he dreaming?
I don't know.
Why does he need him?
I don't know.
Why doesn't he kill him?
I don't know.
Why are we watching this?
I don't know.
So it turns out Jesse's dad did know about the murders, and that's all the acknowledgement we get. Moving on.
Is something burning?
What is this? Freddy hates toasters now?
It's not even plugged in. Ooh, scary.
Freddy's not even a serial killer in this. He's a little shit annoying prankster. Oh, look at Freddy possessing the silverware again.
Look, I really think this is all in your mind.
But Lisa somehow finds Freddy's old workplace and they decide to investigate.
Do you remember in the diary when Nancy said she kept finding herself in a boiler room? Well, Fred Krueger worked here.
Stop calling him Fred Krueger!
How long's it been closed down?
A long time.
Gee, thank God for that.
Sherlock on the case. I mean, I guess it's an interesting addition to his backstory that while he was alive, Freddy brought kids here to kill them.
They then slowly open a door to see a perfectly healthy looking rat, and Lisa is still terrified and needs to be held. What?
Who cares? Who cares?
I think you are seriously losing it, bro.
Oh well, this shot is amazing, showing the basement and interior of Jesse's house. It is really well shot. The movie does not deserve it.
Freddy then gets Jesse to go to his sister's little room with Freddy's glove, but it's just not creepy.
What time is it?
It's late.
If they had Jesse speak with Freddy's actual voice, it probably would have been terrifying.
Oh well, he starts to take some pills to try and stay awake. As long as he doesn't have to watch this movie, he should be fine.
You had another nightmare, didn't you?
This whole movie's a nightmare. More of Grady and Jesse randomly being best friends before they then randomly argue and hate each other again. I have no idea.
We then cut to a pool party at Lisa's house, while Jesse sits by himself, and I don't really get it. Why does Lisa like him again?
Yeah, I mean, she denied liking him at the start, but he has done nothing but treat her like dirt for the entire movie. All he's done is treat her horribly and push her away. I mean, it's understandable why he's done that, but from her point of view, he's a complete asshole.
There's literally no transition for her to have any feelings for him. This is just lazy writing, just like the rest of this fucking movie.
In fact, they also completely forget Jesse's life-endangering situation and have him try to get laid. Yeah, all of a sudden they smooch and are about to pork, but Freddy possesses his tongue to cock block him. So is he a
I don't know! Okay?
Also, what is he doing? He's not sucking her tits. He's not even kissing them. He's just rubbing his face between them. What the hell? Has he even had sex before? I mean, I understand that he was a closeted homosexual, so he wasn't used to boobies, but I thought someone on set or even the actress might have been like, Mark, you're kind of doing it wrong, honey.
I don't know.
So all the kids wait for the parents to turn their lights off before celebrating, turning the music up, and changing it to get the party started properly.
Did the kids expect the parents to fall asleep within 2 seconds?
Also, why is Grady not at the party? It seems unlikely that he's not invited, or if he was, that he's going to bed early.
I'm scared, Grady. Something is trying to get inside my body.
Too easy?
Yep, way too easy.
Something is trying to get inside my body.
Yeah, and she's female and she's waiting for you in the cabana.
So, Grady thinks Lisa's waiting to penetrate Jesse's body with a strap on.
What?
I don't care if you have to hit me over the head. Just don't let me leave. And Grady, don't fall asleep.
Well, it worked so well for the first movie. And precisely immediately after that, Grady says fuck it and instantly goes to sleep straight away.
And now he's in a nightmare, or is he? Because Grady is still awake. What the hell is going on?
So this is where Freddy comes out of Jesse's body.
Did you really just say that?
Yeah.
Oh god.
No.
To be fair, the effects and acting on both sides here are actually phenomenal. Well, except for this eye in the mouth effect, which looks like a low-budget episode of Goosebumps. But the rest looks really, really good. It just makes no sense, and the script is entirely stupid.
Freddy's whole thing isn't possessing bodies. He just kills in dreams. That's enough. There's no need for this shit.
And during all of this, all I can think of is, does his bedroom not have a damn window?
Actually, he does, but Jesse climbs out of it later. So why does Grady fart ass about it instead of running away? He could have run to Taiwan in this damn time.
And Freddy's now in the real world, so he's entirely powerless, right? I mean, in the first film, in the real, he had no powers and he got his ass handed to him by a teenage girl. So right now, he just walks in and someone like, and he's owned. He's dead. No chance.
Punked.
Or not, never mind. And Jesse, despite dying when Freddy came out of his body, it's killing me to say these words.
I know, man.
Freddy's dead. In fact, Freddy's Dead's a better film!
I know.
And despite dying, Jesse is still there watching all of this taking place. What the hell is going on?
You son of a bitch!
Jesse managed to get all the way to Lisa's house, covered in blood, and nobody notices.
In fact, he even loudly yells constantly about committing murder, and her parents don't even hear upstairs.
Surely Lisa would be calling the cops.
Didn't think of that. That's a good point.
I'm scared.
Jesse, who is doing this to you?
Fred Krueger! He's inside me, and he wants to take me again!
Stop saying that!
Last night he made me try to kill my sister!
No he didn't. He just kind of stood there.
Also, why doesn't he just kill Lisa? He's meant to be killing those close to Jesse.
Just kill her now.
Oh, and add Carrie to the list of films they rip off because he burns the barbecue and spews beer all over the place. Ooh.
Anyway, Freddy decides to use more special powers the writers pulled out of their ass, and he makes the swimming pool bubble over because... scary?
Oh!
Where are these powers coming from, and why does he never use these again?
Oh!
I don't know.
You also read more of Nancy's imaginary diary that explains that fear gives Freddy his power, despite the fact that she discovered this right before she killed him right at the end of the movie and therefore had no time to write this down. But hey, the writers like to swallow knives whilst overdosing on cocaine, so who gives a shit anymore?
Get out of here, Lisa!
Jesse, fight him.
I can't!
Yes, I can! Yes, I can!
Who cares? Freddy shows up and she instantly forgets all of her own advice and gives him fear straight away. Great thinking, you bitch!
You're supposed to shoot the enemy, mate, not fight him.
To be fair, Lisa squares off with Freddy and her acting is actually really good.
Jesse, help.
There is no Jesse! I'm Jesse now!
Jesse Krueger doesn't sound nearly as threatening.
And she even stabs him repeatedly and it doesn't faze him. How? Why? He's in the real world, you morons. One simple rule and you fucked it up.
And he can now turn invisible because, of course.
And this is where the movie lost everyone. Freddy, in one scene, has his entire character destroyed. And this was so bad, even the cast and crew on set hated it as it eradicated every single thing established in the first movie.
Freddy is supposed to spread fear through dreams. He haunts people, they tell their friends, they then thirst to stay awake. That's what makes him so scary.
He kills people beyond their control, one by one, silently. But here, Freddy has become Jason Voorhees, killing absolutely everyone in front of a damn audience.
But hey, he can also electrify fences and make fire appear on top of swimming pools because... reasons.
And of course, there's always one arsehole who has to play the hero, and this is a performance we are definitely gonna remember for an extremely long time. And he's dead.
Actually, he isn't. He just throws him away. He looks fine. Why?
Eventually, Lisa's dad shows up to try to shoot him, completely ignoring the fact that there's loads of kids behind Freddy that he could easily hit. But luckily, Lisa makes the save.
And Freddy vanishes into some bushes in a blast of fire. Because, you know what? Who cares? They didn't give a shit. Why should we?
And then Lisa somehow knows exactly where to go, where she sees these deformed dog things. Whatever, let's just hurry to the credits.
They even make a big scare over a scalp getting dirt and insects on it. That's the suspense of this film.
What are you talking about?
This weird Freddy dog thing attacks and eats a rat because the writer was high.
What was her plan anyway? I'm gonna go find Freddy and then immediately run away from Freddy.
And of course, he takes the time to slowly rip her clothes slightly instead of just killing her.
And then Jesse starts fighting back from within Freddy's body.
But Jesse isn't in Freddy's body.
I know.
But Freddy was in Jesse's body. So, what's going on? Freddy was in Jesse's body. Then when Freddy came out, Jesse died. He's come back about 15 times, call him Tupac. But now all of a sudden, Jesse's in Freddy's body and Freddy's in Jesse. It's like them weird Easter egg things, and then just one box in each one. Where does it end? None of this makes sense. How does this have fans?
I am not afraid of you. He's in there, and I want him back.
You're the only one. And then, we shit you not, she even kisses Freddy Krueger to defeat him.
Wait, so he has the energy to shove her away, but not do this to kill her. But yes, the power of love, even though there's no reason for the love to be there, is what kills Freddy. And Jesse also somehow exits his body and comes back to life whilst ripping off some face-melting special effects from Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you understood anything I just said, congratulations!
You're on the same thing as the fucking writers were.
And I want what you're having.
Freddy Krueger is one of the most iconic serial killer villains in history. And he's defeated with this power of love cliche bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Also, why doesn't Jesse get any conviction for the deaths? Wouldn't his DNA have been
Stop
everywhere?
the questions, please.
What is so funny?
That was a really great party.
Ha 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 ha!
Lots of people died.
Merciful deaths.
Classic party.
Pretty gory, huh?
Oh, my mum died. What a day.
And the movie ends with the school bus speeding, but Jesse's just hallucinating.
No, he isn't. It's real, because we want to rip off the ending of the first movie, which already makes no sense and nobody liked, and it makes even less sense here. This movie fucking sucks.
You're welcome.
My God, this is bad. It takes everything thrilling or suspenseful in the first film and either makes it cliche bollocks or just unintentionally hilarious. No, actually, I'll take that back. It's not funny. It's a disgrace. You just can't take it seriously. It's an arse being whipped by your goddamn towel. It is a joke. The acting is decent mostly, and some of the effects are great, but it discards absolutely everything that made the first film so great, and it takes a huge ass dump on it. The first movie may have made little sense, but it was creative and entertaining enough for you to not care. But this really doesn't have that.
I feel like the biggest problem with this film can actually be applied alongside Jason Goes to Hell. It really shouldn't have been a Nightmare on Elm Street movie in the first place, especially considering what the film was attempting. Honestly, it actually is a decent premise for a horror film.
Really?
But once you place Freddy here, the continuity from the first film is thrown straight out the window with a lot of inconsistencies and unbelievably questionable moments. To be honest, actually, I'm not going to take the blame on Jack's shoulders for this because he's actually a decent filmmaker, such as Alone in the Dark, not that one by the way, and the excellent cult classic, The Hidden. The film score actually really catches the tone of the previous film surprisingly, and there's a couple of decent special effects. Outside of that, Freddy's Revenge is just a bad film. But considering the amount of trashy slasher sequels over the decades, for me, and I'm gonna be absolutely alone on this, I think it's unbelievably hilarious and watchable. But it really should have not been a Nightmare on Elm Street film in the first place. So, Rob, oh, for fuck's sake! Where are you? Well, come back, you son of a bitch! Rob, come back! Come back! Oh well. At least it was great reviewing with him after all these years. What am I going to review now?